Right?
Okay,
With,
sear mist new recipe tastes good, but I swear to God, every time I used to get sear mist like at a restaurant where they would bring it out in a cup, it tasted like dish soap.
Welcome back to the calling.
what?
That's the cold open.
Yeah.
Oh.
So a couple of announcements I want to make first. First of all, we have a Brit joining us.
Hello.
Yeah.
This
Free
is Beth.
Spirit, Nicole, or whatever you said last time.
I'm uninstalling the Anthem closed alpha.
Okay. So a couple of announcements to make first. First of all, I know that the guy in the picture is not bald. Or is bald. He is bald. I know that. Shut up. Shut up. I know. Okay? But on that same note, I'm going to freaking zoom in on the screen here. Look at that. This is a mural. You don't need lighting. Why? That is such a stark contrast between his face and his baldness.
My problem with the lighting
Shut up, all of you. I'm speaking. So, so the freaking, like, if he's meant to be bald, make him bald. Make it the same shade of skin throughout.
No, you have to make defining features to say that's his nose, cheeks, and then bald head.
You can see the fucking.
I figured out he was bald.
I wish this was a visual Skype call so I could just like raise my hand to like save my spot in line in the conversation.
Speaking of which, last time we had the calling, people complained I kept getting talked over and I couldn't get a word in. And I'm going to clear something up about that. You wouldn't get this from my videos, but I don't talk much in reality. I usually, if other people are talking, unless I'm ranting about something I'm passionate about, then I'll just kind of stay quiet, let people say what they want. So that's the case on that. In fact, I'm getting a little tired of talking now, but I'm on such a roll that I feel like I shouldn't. So let's get into talking about this. Somebody else please start talking.
Okay, my problem with the shading is that there is fire coming from underneath. So why is the light source for his shining bald head from the top?
Yeah, also that. Someone else go.
Oh my god. It's an artist rendering. Don't be picky about it.
Also,
it's a professional artist's rendering.
I would like to apologize to the artist. You did a fantastic job on everything except his bald head.
No, I want you to go back to every one of those other mosaics and tell me if they're all perfectly shaded from the light.
They're not.
So exactly, don't compare. That's the art style.
So if I may say something,
yes.
Finally, to Brit. You said Beth, it's Lavehl, you fucking asshole.
That to me too!
I was about to say, like, why is Beth being so nice? This is not usual.
Look, I've got a bit of a sore throat.
Aww.
My dog farted in my face. I just had dinner. It's all great.
Okay, one, considering the fact this is your first time on a call and everything, everyone's going to remember you as the girl who had a dog fart in her face now.
He's old.
So,
maybe
guys,
I shouldn't have said that.
I am realizing something about this picture as we look at it. This has probably been brought up elsewhere, so I'm kind of late to the party about this. As usual. See, I'm always late to the party. That's why I pushed out the other video so quickly, because I didn't want to be late. Anyway, look over at the silhouette of the wolf. The markings on it resemble the markings on Solus's orb.
Yep.
Oh, it does.
Yay! Beth didn't know that. I feel smart now.
No, because I wasn't paying attention.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't either, but once you pointed it out...
I looked at them, but I couldn't come to a conclusion on what that could symbolize or anything. I thought it was just an artist.
I mean, it looked just like
it's pretty.
An artist rendering, but now that you point that out, it is very similar.
I was like, it's really pretty. Such pretty detail.
I want to point out something. The cracks in the painting. it starts with that one on the top, like just left of the middle.
Right.
But then none of them are any farther left than that. And they get more towards the wolf's mouth.
Right.
And like at first you see the one in the center and you're like, oh, it's like a crack in the painting. But then the one up top looks like lightning almost, and then it looks like red lyrium sort of grossness. And then there's the black coming from the mouth along with red, and it's like, ooh, spooky. I don't have any issues about that, but I thought I would point it out.
I do. I think I have a reason.
Go ahead.
It's the world falling apart because Solus is an asshole and still destroying the world. You're welcome.
Well, I heard like a few other people theorize like if this mosaic was actually made before everything happened, and it might have been made long before Inquisition and Origins and everything. Like if it does depict Sodus, and if the mural is Mathal, then maybe the orbs, which might be the bite or not, whatever, holding Devnurus in, they might have been magically inclined to light up or fade depending on if they died or not.
Like, ooh, I like that, because that kind of goes with my theory. Oh my god, I'm just realizing this. Did I not put this in a video? Where the more archdemons that are killed, did I just come up with this, or did I just remember this?
I don't know. You haven't said it yet.
Probably both.
Probably both. So, each old god that's killed, what if the more that are... Okay, if all of them are killed, then the seals on the Evanurus prison breaks.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a theory I had. So yeah,
okay.
That's
interesting. See, I'm thinking if this is like if this was painted before Inquisition and Origins, I kind of doubt it because Lavehl, I don't know, words are hard. She's probably, well, we saw what happens after Inquisition, not with the DLC, but, you know, Solus just hugging Lavehl and taking the power, life source, whatever, from her. I don't think she would approve of what Solus is doing. So if she saw, she'd probably see this being her being the All-Mother and all of that. She'd probably be like, what the fuck, hold up a minute. You know?
Yeah, no, I'm 100% certain she has plans.
Well, yeah, she has.
Yeah, she's not dead.
No, but if she had seen
like,
this...
the theory is that the...
One at a time.
Well, an idea is that the idol is Mathal after maybe the Evanurus killed her. This probably took place after Fen'Harel sealed Devnurus away, and that's the 7 orbs or the 7 old guys that helped the seal. And he went to sleep after making the veil and everything and sealing them away. So he never saw Mathal again until after he woke up, a year after the Inquisition started, before the Inquisition started.
Yeah.
Because you have to send him away before you meet Mathal for the one mission if you don't have Kieran. Which is the only one I've played, because I still haven't played that world state to its completion yet.
That's a sign.
Anyway,
my favorite... What? Don.
Oh, Don? Don.
Well, real quick. So I'm thinking if this mural was made before Inquisition and Origins and everything, it could be just a reflection of what Sodus did. Like, he tried to help the people, like, given the symbolism of the tree in Elven lore. And it could just be that his trying to help them actually destroyed them.
Probably my favorite idea about what this mural represents is Solus's inner turmoil. Of like the wolf is his dark side, and he's trying to hold that back. He's trying to, not be a genocidal maniac. But the wolf is winning. But the wolf is winning.
And see, okay, I'm drawing on the couple of semesters I took pretending to be an art major and going through purposeful design and stuff. And, like, I keep coming back to the triangles by the tree. Maybe that's just because I like triangles. And maybe it was just an art choice. But, like, I don't know.
Question.
There are 8 visible triangles.
Yes.
Like, through all this fire, there are 8 visible triangles around this tree.
Right.
I don't know if that means something, or if
know.
I'm just reaching.
I'm just kind of realizing up in that corner. Are they in a? Is this in a cave?
I thought that was like a stormy sky, but that could also be because I thought some of that cracking looked like lightning.
Yeah, I thought it was a sky too at first, but I mean, if you kind of look at the brushstroke pattern, it kind of resembles the top of a giant cavern.
It does.
Well,
And then look at the top, at the very center of the top of the screen. Is that like
It looks
light
light
piercing
coming through.
in? Yeah.
that's what I was about to comment on. It's the lighter area, the triangle. Because we know he's tearing down the world to restore the elves to the former glory to make up his past mistake. I think it could also be symbolism-ish. Because, I mean, he put up the veil for a reason. And, you know, that kind of created the dream. So it's kind of like a physical layer. So he's tearing down the physical layer, and you can see this light coming in. So it's like, oh, he's, you know, getting his goal. I mean, of course, there's going to be fire because people are going to resist. Definitely the Inquisition, Orlais, probably, because it's Orlais.
Literally
just
everybody
people-
who doesn't want the world to end.
But, yeah.
Everybody
the
who's
whole-
not already following him, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
seen people say that, like, Briala would be following him, and I'm like,
No.
No. He even said
No.
in Trespasser that he had to overwrite the passwords from Briata after
Yeah.
his agent
Yeah,
failed.
like- again, that's something you have to read the books to really understand, because Inquisition did not touch on it very well.
I think that was probably by design.
Yeah.
Because, I
the
mean, the
books,
Inquisitor wouldn't know all that stuff.
To be fair, yeah, the Inquisitor wouldn't know anything.
Yeah.
So, anyway, what was I going to say? Guys, what was I going to say?
I don't know. I was gonna say, what if his holding up the hand isn't a defensive or a halting maneuver, but more of like a healing, like with dogs, you have them heal. It's just like, you're under my command now.
Right. Oh, yeah, I like that.
Like,
Oh.
I don't even necessarily think it might be a red herring that it's some sort of fight, but it's not actually. It's not actually a struggle. It's an acceptance.
Or you gave me an idea of that. So, I don't know how to explain it, because normally you crouch down, but with an unfamiliar dog, you'll give out your hand, but you won't do it like how Solus is, you kind of bend it. Well, because Solus is the Dreadwolf, he's probably like, oh yeah, holding up his hand to, like, well, I'd say pet him, you know? I mean, the dog's obviously giant in the picture compared to him, so it's like soothing, I guess.
So giving into Fen'Harel.
Or just being like, yeah, we're gonna do this.
Or
Trying.
Like that sort of like how to train your dragon. Yeah. At the very first, when Hiccup reaches out his hand and then Toothless nuzzles up, it's something like that.
That's what I was trying to get across, but I'm like, if you do have an unfamiliar dog, you're supposed to give your hand in a downward motion so he can, you know, sniff you. But you know what?
Oh,
Whatever.
that is light up there. Then the lighting on his head kind of makes sense.
Well, hold on. Because I
I think the fire would still be brighter.
Yes, I agree.
But we're not going to get back into that.
But
that's just a
piggybacking off of what y'all said about the hand, because I never really paid attention to it because I was more into everything else. If his hand is just not focused on a wolf, if Sodus is actually starting to bring down the veil, maybe that cracking body idol to the right is him actually starting to do that. Him actually starting to bring the veil down. And that's probably why it's on fire.
Do we want to talk about the tree?
I don't know enough about the tree to talk about it, so I'll let you guys do it.
What gets me in the tree near the base of the throne, it's lighter. There's like a more oblong. Yeah, and then right above it, it's got one black slash and kind of strikes through it in dark color. And I don't know why, but it just, I guess it's because it's different. It kind of almost looks like a tail, a spiked, like a dragon tail, like archdemonish y. And also the color scheme, the grey, dark. So, you know, archdemons, blight, the ancient gods, old gods, banished ones, whatever, that kind of thing.
A lot of people have speculated it's meant to be the Venandal, which is the tree
of people.
In you know, that they revere in the alien images. I'm not sure why that's significant.
Well,
it represents the elven people.
I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
So it could be the fact that Solus his goal is to protect the people, but he's at the same time hurting them by doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hurt them originally as well by putting up the veil as well.
He was out of options, he says.
He says.
Well, Solus is not the most rational guy.
Solus is the guy who puts all the eggs in one basket, especially his own.
Yeah.
So.
Eggs. You beat that egg.
Oh, Solus.
Actually, if he stands in front of the fire tonight, he's gonna go turn sunny side up.
I'm gonna fucking scramble that.
Alright, how many of these puns are we gonna make? Go ahead.
I'm so good. That's the two I got.
Oh, I could think of more. Just give me some time.
Alright.
Soft-boiled egg. There you go. He's on fire.
Alright. How long are we even going? Not that long, right?
I wanna note something. This has probably been said, but the red lyrium at the bottom of the idol, it looks a lot like a human heart.
Yeah, I guess it kind of does.
Yeah.
Like it looks like crazy a lot like a human heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just more jagged.
See, when I saw it, I thought it was upside down. I thought it was the Black City.
It
I have to tilt my head. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm tilting my head as well. Could be.
No, I don't really see that. Maybe. It's a little too red.
Oh, you weren't recording yet, so you didn't catch the bit where I was like, oh, she's holding him like Wolverine holds all of his dead girlfriends and screams at the sky.
That sounds more like what happened at the beginning of Inquisition, when everybody just kind of died.
I mean, yeah.
Point taken.
Okay, I guess while we're here, we should talk about just, DA4 speculation. Like, one of my biggest... Let's not get too far into this. But I'm thinking, because at the end of Inquisition, they're like, we find people he doesn't know, so he can't predict what they'll do. So, I think it starts... Scout Harding bumps into the new protagonist and recruits them, and adventures ensue.
God, let me kiss her.
Same.
I do have an idea how it should start.
So,
the very line where it sort of says, so you found me at last, I literally want that to be the beginning scene where he re-encounters the Inquisitor, and as much as I would hate this because then I'll leave Cassandra off by herself, maybe our Inquisitor might end up dead from that re-encounter. And then new protagonist.
Oh, would that be depressing?
I know. I don't want to have it, but it'll be good storytelling.
It would give us ample reason to hate Solus.
Yep. Also because he made Cassandra single again. That bastard.
That said, he has such respect for the Inquisitor, he could have killed them.
Well,
yeah.
Okay, maybe he doesn't kill them. Maybe an agent of his killed them, and then he kills that agent. Things happen.
And see, my question is if the Inquisitor doesn't die somehow, that means that they're going to have to show up. And how is the Inquisitor going to be incorporated?
They don't want to... I wouldn't think they want to be too involved because they don't want Solus to be able to predict what they'll do.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the new protagonist.
And this game probably will take a few years afterwards, because Solus does say we do have a few years of relative peace. So.
Because I'm not Corypheus and I do not enjoy this. But then again, you're gonna do it anyway, you ass at.
No, I'm not a madman. I'm just a hypocrite and a genocidal maniac.
Yeah. So I've been messing around with the photo in it's not Photoshop, it's an off-brand. But I've been trying to see if there's anything hidden in the dark part of the wolf, and from all I can see, it's just pixelation. Like, when you brighten it up, it's just like, oh yeah, that part of the picture didn't get rendered properly in the first place.
Okay.
But other than that, you can't really tell with the original, but where the gold swipes coming down on the wolf are, there's a little bit of discoloration as if it has a wound. Like, it's very clearly a reddish orange.
Maybe. I'm not sure that means anything.
I can't really see it.
Looks kind of like a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to Band-Aids.
I'll send you the edited version. It could be nothing. It's probably just a misswipe or something, but you never know if they're going to hide something within the picture that you can't see without editing.
Right.
Somebody
once told me...
No.
No, Cole, no.
Copyright!
I can sing it. I don't know why that song's been stuck in my head.
Well, now it's stuck in mine, you asshat.
It's Thursday.
Stop that.
I'm gonna murder
Thursday.
Cole,
Everybody's looking forward for the weekend.
I'm going to take out your kneecaps if you don't shut up, Cole.
Alright, is there anything else we want to talk about while we're here?
Wait.
Check out the
maybe
new
the Red
Streets
Lyrium?
for Forest. Oh, I was going to plug the Forest.
Oh. Red Lyrium.
Okay, so real quick, I keep hearing people say that Fen'Harel's eyes are red because of lyrium. I get that, but he's been depicted with red eyes before, so I'm not 100% convinced of that. In the tarot card at the end. Yeah.
Okay.
I think one other mosaic before that, but I can't remember exactly. But he has been depicted with red eyes, so maybe lyrium, maybe not. I don't.
See, I think the big reason why it's connected now is one, because of the arcing that's coming from the wolf, and also since it's right next to the red lyrium idol.
Yeah.
And you touched on this a bit with your other video about how the idols may be a skeleton key for the Alluvians. I'm not entirely convinced of that. I think the idol and or idols were probably made for a different reason, not necessarily a good one. I think they might have been made by the Evanuris as a way... I'm not sure. I don't have any details in this theory, but as something against Solus. Something to try to protect them, and it just did not work.
I don't know if I would go that far.
So wait, hold up, real quick. Cole, or because I know some of y'all have not played all the DLCs, but in the Witch Hunt DLC, didn't we find out that some of the elves went underground?
Yes.
Weirdly, that they were underground, and then we found the Tide in DA2 that happens to have this idol, maybe depicting Mathal. Do you think maybe Mathal's servants went underground, hiding from the other Evanuris after they killed her?
I don't know.
And they made...
Because the reason the dwarves destroyed Catalash was because they didn't want to jeopardize their alliance with Tevinter, which is well after Mythal's death.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they really were just refugees. Yeah, I wouldn't think they're related.
I'm gonna check the wiki real quick. I don't remember it saying specifically what elves that it was.
Oh, yeah, I did not say Mythal's followers, but I'm thinking...
It said refugees from Arlathan.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it would not surprise me if those refugees are somehow tied in to the story somehow. But
And we've seen that history is wrong.
Yeah, I think that the Kadash Tide happened long after Solus was already asleep, though. Well, not like long, but like at least 20 years. Probably longer than that.
Yeah, I guess Tevinter needed to rise in the first place. So yeah, okay. I like the theory that the idol or idols were the heads of staffs that were ripped off. I like that idea.
Oh, and then as they were ripped apart, they got tainted.
Sure.
Or somehow.
Sure.
See, I almost think that the idols might be not one of the sources of the taint, but specifically one of the sources of the tainted lyrium. Like
a main vein, like
because it wasn't until that idol was found in DA2 that it started getting more prolific. You know, and I know part of that is because of Corypheus, but like...
Well, I mean, red lyrium had never been seen outside of that tag, allegedly.
Yeah.
And then, all of a sudden...
Which, the Codex...
It's let loose on the world.
The Codex actually proved that wrong. I mentioned that in my Primeval Tag episode, but the Codex entry on the idol talks about an idol... for whatever reason, I completely forgot this fact. An idol was brought back to Orzammar that was described just like the one we found in the Primeval Tag.
You've mentioned this before.
For whatever reason, I completely forgot that, and yeah, more than one idol.
Okay.
I apologize.
So there's potentially more than one idol at this point. So.
Yes.
Or these similar idols.
Right.
Trivia.
There was a single idol. It was clearly of dwarven make, but not resembling any paragon on record. Well, clearly it's not a dwarf in that idol. The idol was dressed in a manner I've never seen. The shaper of memories also could not identify it or the substance from which it was made. The thought that the memories might be wrong is unsettling. And that was in 848 Blessed.
In the Orzammar Royal Archives.
Yeah.
It was sealed in there, for that matter. Yeah, I talk about that a lot in my episode for the Primeval Tag. But... yeah, so for whatever reason, I completely forgot that, and yeah, more than one idol right there, DA2.
Yeah.
I also...
But I am excited because I think this is definitely hinting at more tie-in to DA2, which I feel like could give DA2 the love it needed and deserved.
Yeah.
I think... have they more tied into DA2, like with Inquisition, rather than DA Origins at this point? Because Origins has nothing really from it.
Wait, what?
Nothing. And there's more tie-ins.
I couldn't follow that sentence either.
There's more tie-ins to DA2 at this point than Origins.
Yeah, Origins really was just like a starting point that gets you introduced to the whole world, and then they expanded from that. But I wouldn't be surprised if there is more of a tie-in. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of the companions from Origins, even if they just are cameos.
I would like to see Awakening, like Velena, Sigrid.
Velana?
I'd love
Sigrid.
to see Velana.
Nathaniel.
Yeah, even Hal, yeah.
Alright, let's not get too far into that.
Okay.
I may have cut that all out. All right, so that's where we're going to wrap this up. Thank you all for joining us. You can find links to my friends' channels in the description. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Is that the ending now? Huzzah!
Huzzah!